So we have our threaded rod. We have bags B42, B41. We have one more stepper motor and these two plastic pieces. Okay, I'm going to take the plastic off these, or the outside, and then we'll get to mounting. Okay, so firstly on our T-nut brackets. One thing you're going to find with this setup is this is actually going to be too long, and it's going to be really hard to line this threaded rod up. I've created a file that actually uses a smaller one of this, but you can't print it out until you get your printer working. So it is possible to get the printer all working with the included bracket. So I'm going to go ahead and use it just to show you, and then I'll do another video later showing the upgraded one. So we're going to open bag B41, and in here we have our big brass T-nut and the nuts and bolts for that, and then the two M4s with T-nuts for this guy. Okay, so yeah, we're going to go ahead and just take this T-nut, goes on like this. Okay, and just put these M3 bolts through, and then a nut on the other side, and just tighten them up. Finish T-nut on the deal there. Okay. So we're going to put our T-nuts on the opposite way, with the nuts coming through the top, or the nuts being on the top. Like so. Okay, and then get a piece of string, and I actually will tie this guy up kind of about halfway, just so it's kind of out of the way and not falling on me. All right, and it gives me some room to work with this guy underneath here. So this guy with the T-nut is going to go up underneath into this groove that's on the bottom of the X-axis. All right, again, you want to push that as forward as possible, and you want to try to line it up as best you can with the motor, but we're going to have to adjust it. So don't put it in super tight. We can slide it over to the side and put in our threaded rod. Okay, so we're going to mount the Z motor on now. So we'll put this bracket up here, maybe about an inch from the edge, half an inch to an inch. You want to push it as far forward as you can, and then we're just going to tighten this guy down. Make sure our little T-nuts actually lock in place, which that one did not. So I'll loosen it again, spin it, and still not. There we go. As you can see, I do not really like these T-nuts too much. Okay. Now we mounted our coupling on here. Small side will go on the shaft, and you want it to, at least one of the set screws to hit the flat part, okay? Now, I only have 3 screws to mount my motor. Hopefully yours came with all 4. If not, I'm sure I got a spare somewhere, but for now, I'm just going to put these 3 in. going to, let's see, loosen this guy up. Actually, first thing I want to do is get a piece of string. I'm going to take my Z and just tie it up so I can work on this without going nuts. Okay, and let's loosen this guy. We want to move this guy around. He's got to be able to relax a little bit. Finally. So doing best we can. We want this to line up with the motor mount. And we will tighten that up. See how bendy it is. All right, and then you want to kind of loosen this. Let it hang a little bit. Let it relax, so they say. And then tighten it back up. Alright, so once you get the most infuriating part of the build done, Z done, Z rod. It'll need some adjustments later once we get everything set up. But for now, it's attached and good to go.